Okay. So fine, we have done till here yesterday. So I feel that setting up the project is we are aware about that now. Now if you see, you have various ways in which actually you can download and you can make things you say Camel available to your project. One is you have already downloaded Fuse developer. So Fuse developer comes with Maven, and Maven goes and pulls library for you. Apart from this, you can download the required jar or the required zip file, and you can extract it and add manually those jar files. Okay. Just in order to continue that, if you see here, taking input from the console and output on the console. So you have again here stream, one of the component that can be used, like we have used file :n and then question mark. I told you that we can pass parameters to the component by using question mark. Question mark prompt message equal to enter something, and then you are converting whatever is entered by using an expression. Now if you see here, this is what is expression. Right? Whatever user enters, it becomes a message. Okay, and what you are doing here, you are targeting body of the message and you are converting it to uppercase. Okay. Right. So like JMS message is there. Similarly, you will have Camel message, and that Camel message will also have a predefined, you say, headers will be there, and then in order to ensure that it contains information about endpoint, it contains information about source and destination if it is required. It follows some pattern called as MEP, message exchange pattern. Okay. So you have something called as message exchange pattern, which defines a message which has to be exchanged between stakeholders. Okay, so it will have a predefined format, and we need to go through that as well. Now if you see, this is what is Twitter example. You have a component now called Twitter, right? And if you know, HTML5 came up with what? WebSocket. Okay. Right. That helps you to create, you say, socket connection with any server environment. For example, Twitter might have given, you say, an interface through which you can say Camel tweet can connect. Right. For example, if I want to connect to a particular server resource and I want to create a chat, you say, because see, chat is what? Synchronous, right? Yes. Fine. So similarly, when we talk about tweets, right, we will have what? Synchronous, because I will be connected to my Twitter account always, right? So how actually I'll be able to send messages? You have different ways of doing it. You have to go and write the entire code. Instead of that, what you can do is you can go and use WebSocket. But unfortunately, WebSocket, about WebSocket, only JEE7 is aware. In JEE6, you never had something called as WebSocket. But now what you can do is, in order to write WebSocket client and provide WebSocket service, like you have servlet, similarly you can go and create a service which is WebSocket compliant. Okay. Fine. But here, if you see, you will have WebSocket component and a Twitter component, right? You can go and you can create a connection. Yes, you have to specify certain properties which are required, your account related properties, so that you can send the tweets. Right? It's clear, right? Okay. Fine. Now, when you download Camel, these are the patterns which actually you can implement it. You have content-based router that we have seen a bit. You have aggregator. Now, what is the role of aggregator?
Yeah, something like to aggregate multiple messages.
Combining message. Now, if I ask you what will be the criteria of combining message? Because see, when it comes to aggregator, you have to tell him, right?
You have to tell how they are related.
Yes, yes, right. Then you have message filter, where you will again write some expression. Resequencer, on basis of correlation ID you can do, right? And sequence number, right? It can be now business driven also, that I will process only those orders in alphabetical order or in an order which is nearest to my place, right? So you can have different logic for resequencing also. Then you have recipient list. Recipient list is what? It's not publish and subscribes. It's not publish and subscribe.
Predefined list of consumer.
Yes. For example, I want to send the same message to 4. So what I need? I need recipient. I need to create a recipient list, because what I need to do ideally is I need to go and connect to each one of them and then send, right? In order to avoid those number of statements of connect and send, I can maintain a list, and then I can just go and connect to that list, have a loop internally or programmatically, and ensure that we traverse through everyone, whoever is there in that list, right? So you get direct support from Camel, where you can prepare a recipient list, right? You need not go and write logic and all to do that. Then you have content filter, you have splitter, pipes and filter in order to add intermediary task. Fine, so we'll be implementing all this. Now you see, this is what is splitter.
Yeah.
From inbox you are taking, right?
Okay.
And then you are extracting body from your MP, that is message exchange pattern, right?
Yeah.
And then you are making call to something called as tokenizer. And what is a tokenizer? /n. So what it will do? Each line will be treated as a token.
Okay.
Right? And then what you are doing? Dot marshal custom to XML.
Yeah.
You are converting it to XML, and you have written a custom converter for that. Okay. This is the mapper, if you see. So your MEP is mapped to XML.
Dot marshal custom to XML means what do you have in the file in the inbox? Each line?
Yeah, we'll have line, because here you see each line is treated as a token here.
No. The content of each line is like a comma separator. Or
you can say it's just a normal text or something.
Okay. Yeah,
for that only you have written custom marshal.
Okay.
Right. Custom marshal may have, for example, I may have comma also. I may have colon also there.
Okay.
So in custom marshal I will write that treat elements which are preceded by colon as element and which are preceded by comma as attribute in XML. So I have something which is written in order to ensure that once I get a line, I'll be able to create an XML out of it.
Okay.
Okay. Or even if you don't want to keep this here, don't keep. You'll find that file get split and ActiveMQ will have 3 messages if it has 3 lines. Okay. But yes, you can do some intermediate processing. Each split you will take, each token you can take, and you can map it with something and then transform it and send the result in ActiveMQ.
Niranjan, you did sometime. Can you also let me show me about the structure of message?
Yeah, MEP. Yeah, it is called as MEP. That is message.
Right?
Yeah.
Message. What is that?
Exchange pattern. So
message exchange pattern. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you that once we move forward.
Okay.
Right.
No, that's fine.
Yeah, I'll show you that. Actually, it contains 3 parts. One is message, yes, header, and second is body. In that header only you will have property. For example, when you are using something called as, you say, a pattern like content router pattern, right? So extra headers will get added in that MEP because Camel is aware about these patterns, right? It says. Okay. So since Camel is aware about these patterns, it will go and it will carry that information in MEP also. I'll show you the structure. because I feel that today you have to drive, so just now if you see, you take up any component from here and it will work. Only thing is you need to configure 9 data formats. It means your Camel has understanding about all these data formats: caster, .csv, dozer, flatpak, gzip, jaxb, JSON, syslog, SOAP, right? So all these patterns are there or formats are there about which your Camel is aware. So it means I can transform from CSV to XML also, because my Camel is aware about it, right? So JSON to XML, XML to JSON, all that can be done. Why? Because Camel is aware about it. Yes, when you have some external format, then probably you have to go and you have to decide how to make your Camel aware about it. So what you will do, you will write format serializer and you will register that format serializer in your Camel, so that Camel starts treating that and understanding that as well as a inbuilt format.
What is that for dozer part? Dozer, I think it's a dozer I have from the dozer mapping.
Yes.
What exactly is that?
Dozer is again a format, like if you see crypto. Similarly, dozer is also a format which defines data from a particular domain.
Okay.
I have not worked with this dozer domain actually. If you want, I will explore it. You are working on this dozer?
Yeah, because some of the main things in the architecture is the dozer, and we have SOAP, JAXB, JSON, and
no, it's okay. JAXB, JSON, all those are common.
I think the main thing is SOAP messages and CSV, dozer, and we have what is that called? We have a NoSQL database. I don't remember either. I'll tell you next time tomorrow. I have to find out how the structure is and how exactly it supports one of the NoSQL database. Merca or something starts.
Dozer is, I just got it. Dozer is Java Bean to Java Bean mapping.
Okay, Java Bean to Java Bean.
Yeah.
So it's not Pojo? It's not a Pojo, or it's a Pojo?
Pojo only. You see here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dozer Java Bean to Java Bean mapping. That copies data from one object to another object.
Okay.
It's we can download and we can work with that. It has switched to XSD. It's there. We can work out with it. That's not a big deal. You can see here. So it is aware about dozer. You see.
Mark Logic. Have you heard about Mark Logic? It's a NoSQL XML database actually, right? Have you heard?
No, Mark Logic I have not heard, but NoSQL database I have heard. I have worked on MongoDB and all.
MongoDB.
You are saying Mark Logic?
I don't know. Never even I worked with HBase also. I never heard about Mark Logic actually. I don't see how exactly.
Mark Logic.
Yeah, it's a Mark Logic, and it looks like it's an XML based database. So it's definitely the output might be one of the requests might be responses might be in XML. Mark Logic. Yeah.
It will be in JSON. It's NoSQL logic actually a database representation matches JSON.
JSON, right? Yeah, definitely it might be doing JSON. Yeah, the main things are JSON, SOAP, dozer, and the CSV, and XML.
Yeah. We can download, I think.
Yeah, I can export that.
Okay.
Mark Logic. Huh?
Yeah. So these are the 19 formats, and these are the expression languages. We can write JavaScript, we can use Groovy, Python, OSGL, and we definitely our own DSLs also. So 5 plus DSL now. You have Java DSL, XML DSL, Scala DSL, Groovy DSL, Kotlin DSL, right? So there are many which are coming up. Now testing. So if you see here, your Camel also comes with something called as test support, Camel test support class, where you can go and you can write your test cases. Okay, and if you see, they have provided annotations @endpoint inject, @produce, @produce. So if you see @produce, URI direct.start, and this is what is endpoint, protected mock endpoint. So you might have heard about mock testing, right?
Yeah.
So they provided one mock endpoint itself, which can be mocked in order to help you in testing. So basically, when you want to test integration logic, you can go and you can mock your endpoints also. I will try to show you one example.
Yeah. We'll do one example in how.
Yeah. Right. Now, what is Apache Camel? This is fine. This is something which we are using in Fuse. So we can go and we can do this. Error handling. It provides capability of managing errors also. If you see here, do try, do catch, right? So do try, Marshall, Jaxby. If it fails, it goes to activemq.errorqueue. Right. So this is how we'll do and use do try catch. Now you can have multiple do catch.
Marshall.Jaxby, what exactly does? Incoming XML to object?
Yes. Okay. It depends. Marshall and unmarshal. There are two things that you can do.
Usually the marshal is XML to object.
Marshalling is object to XML.
Okay, marshalling is object to XML.
Yes. Unmarshalling is object to XML to object.
So .Jaxby means what exactly?
.Jaxby is the method which they have. Okay. It's inbuilt.
Okay.
We can use it. .Jaxby.
I was thinking of .Marshal means automatically it does the incoming.
No, but it tells what type of marshalling. Like you have various formats, right? So if JSON is there, you will be using a JSON tool in order to do that marshalling. So this is how you will specify try catch. Dead letter handler. If you see, error handler. Dead letter channel ActiveMQ. Now here from ActiveMQ incoming Marshall 2. Once you specify this dead letter handler, right? Once you specify it, it's like default place where all messages will go whenever you will find an error in that particular route. Okay.
So you define at the beginning?
Yeah, we are defining here. Error handler is dead letter channel ActiveMQ error.
No. What I was asking is, you will be defining before you try anything?
Yes, we have to define.
Has to be defined.
Yes, error handler has to be defined. This is what is DSL for defining error handler. Now you can deploy your Camel in all these places. You can deploy it as a standalone module. You can deploy it as a WAR web component. You can deploy it as Spring component. You can deploy it in enterprise application server. You can deploy it in OSGI, and you can also deploy it in cloud. And these are the containers who can actually take the deployment, because Camel itself is written in strings, and all these frameworks, if you see, they are aware about Spring and JEE or whatever component is used in order to write Camel.
Okay.
So you have ActiveMQ, you have Apache Service Mix. So all these are aware. It means you can go and deploy it here in any one of these containers. So your architecture, if they are having JBoss or Oracle OCJ, OC4J or WebLogic, still like you can go and take advantage of Camel. It's not necessary that you should have Fuse. Okay. Fine. Writing client. You can use Java in order to write client also. You see, you are creating Camel context, producer template, you are filling the data, and then you are sending the body. Template.send body and header. URI data exchange.filename. When we say exchange.filename, it means you are using what endpoint? File, right?
Yes.
And exchange is the message which will go. You are targeting a header called as filename. Why it's filename header here? Because you are using URI, which is FTP. It's here, right?
Yes.
This we have already done, so there is no problem. All these are different archetypes which we can use and create project. This all we have already done. Fine. Okay, so I feel that now what we can do is you can just plan your travel. Once you are back, you just let me know. We'll be taking up examples where we can implement all the patterns. Because now if I we sit and implement the patterns, we have to configure ActiveMQ database and all also. It may take some time. So you come back from your travel, we'll start from here.
Okay.
Okay, I feel, yeah.
So, okay.
Because you said short session, no, and there was no recording which was going on till now.
Oh, okay. So there was no recording.
All sessions are now scheduled. So you said it seems short session. So we have scheduled it only for 30 minutes so that you can travel. And you have night journey, right?
Yeah, I have to start early. So, Niranjan, when we have the next session?
Next session, when you are back.
What I will do is, I think he scheduled one session tomorrow, that is Sunday night for us.
Okay, that is fine.
Sunday night. So what I will do is tomorrow I'll see. I mean, I will be starting tomorrow early morning. That is, I mean, so I don't know, maybe it's a 7-8 hour of drive. So once I reach there, kind of like, you know, how long? So how long you will be taking case if you take it?
No, now if you will sit, no, if we sit together, we have to do practical, like we have to set up the architecture.
Let's do one thing. So then Sunday night schedule for us, so let's pick that one. And then we have on Monday night. So how about that?
That's fine, I will tell him.
Okay, so Monday night. Yeah, I will send you, I'll CC to you also. Because tomorrow, yeah, I think we can have tomorrow. I mean, you know, I will be reaching there by tomorrow afternoon. So tomorrow night I will have, but I don't know like what time. So
yeah, let that session be there. Let that session be scheduled. Don't ask him to cancel it. Okay. In case if you are joining, okay. In case if you are not joining, okay. Ask him to schedule next day also.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but definitely we'll have a long session on.
Yeah, we have to have a long session because we have to understand, as you said, MEP and now ActiveMQ installed separately, database, and we have to try out with transformations also now.
Yeah, that is now we have to. So what we'll do is, we'll do that one. So you also keep in your calendar. I will also send him an email about Monday night.
You send.